What's up, Heart of Indie Radio family? It's Jamie Alimorad here, and we're going to have a little powwow today talking about the music business and getting your career off the ground as an independent artist and some of the trials and tribulations that I've been through that maybe it can help you somewhere down the road. So, you're in music, right? And especially in today's age, there really isn't a blueprint anymore. In the old way, you put a band together, you go play some shows, you get found out by an A&R rep, and if the songs are good, the act is good, you're on your way to a record deal, and all the standard stuff that you've seen in countless movies and documentaries, behind the music stuff, all that sort of thing. But today, it's a little bit different, and I've certainly learned that the hard way. So, for those that don't know me at all, I'm a singer-songwriter, and I have a new album coming out on September 27th. It's my first major release. Not major label, it's just that we have some sponsorship, we've had some investors, I've worked with a real legend on this one, and one of my childhood heroes, Gino Vanelli, who's a Grammy nominee, multiple BMI award winner, Juno award winner, a lot of great accolades, over 20 million albums sold in his career. His brother Ross Vanelli produced two cuts that you've heard on Heart of Indie Radio, Not Ready to Say Goodbye and Brighter Days. He produced those two tracks, and Ross has obviously worked with his brother, but Earth, Wind & Fire, Richard Marx, Kanye West, Take Six, Brian McKnight, a lot of credits for Ross, and he's also a Grammy nominee, BMI Songwriter of the Year. He did the soundtrack for Tequila Sunrise, and for those that were around in the late 80s, early 90s, if you remember the California Raisins, he's the man behind them too. So that's some background on what I'm currently doing and what I've done more recently. A little bit about my past. Music has constantly been a part of my life. I have a bachelor's of science from Northeastern University in music technology. I've been singing since I can remember, trained in classical piano and then into jazz and rock, and was a total band geek in school, alto sax player and then drum major in my marching band, played oboe in concert band, guitar, drums, the whole shebang. That's what I do. So let's talk about you. Let's talk about where you want to go as a songwriter, as a performer, singer, musician, whatever it is. So we're going to do this a little bit off the cuff, and I'm going to try and hit on everything in a short amount of time, and we'll go from there. So the first thing that I feel you need to do is, whether you're singing or you're playing, record yourself. Record yourself as much as possible and listen to it back, because the playback is not going to lie. You may think you sound great, then you hear the playback and you go, ooh, there's some areas I need to work on. And we all have areas we have to work on. You get a lot of bad, there's a lot of bad stereotypes of you need to practice 20 hours a day in order to get good. No, everybody's different, and that might work for some people. Classic conservatory style, you lock yourself in the room and you just play all day. But that doesn't work for everybody. You have to know your limits. So never over-exhaust yourself. And that's whether you're in rehearsal with the whole band, you're practicing on your own, or you're doing something to get your business side, the business side of your career, off the ground. Don't send out emails to the point of you're exhausted and now you've lost the personal touch in an email, or you're going to be making silly mistakes by calling someone the wrong name or applying for the wrong gig, something like that. Just pace yourself really nicely and know yourself in that way. Now, for those that are songwriters, you're going to have to write a lot, like a lot, because the first things that you put out there, and I'm not saying things that you release, but just, hey, I wrote this song, you want to hear it? Probably not going to be very good. Unless you're Mozart. And you're probably not Mozart. So just keep writing. Write lyrics, write poetry, write a short story. And as far as melody goes, whistle into your phone, just sing or play a lead part on your instrument, whatever it is, just get it out there, because that's going to be how you get better. You don't just sit on a bike and it rides itself. You have to learn. You have to learn the balance. You have to learn how to pedal. You have to learn how to just move and make it fluid. And you're going to have writer's block here and there. Everybody does. I don't care who they are. Everybody runs into something of, I'm a little stuck. And then, if you're a little stuck and you can't do it on your own, find a partner. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a colleague, maybe it's someone that you admire their work and you have a conversation and it leads to you two working together. You never know. But you always need to try. And you need to constantly write, play, whatever it is. That's the only way you're going to start to learn who you are as a performer, as a singer, as a musician, as a writer. So just keep those wheels turning. That's going to be really, really important. Once you have that, and here is something that I think some people kind of gloss over, but it's really, really important, and all that fun information is going to be down below here. Sign up with a performance rights organization. ASCAP, BMI, CSAC are the three big ones in the United States. I'm a BMI writer and publisher, and they've done right by me for, I think I've been with them over 10 years at this point. So do that almost immediately. There's a sign-up fee, registration fee, but it's one time, and that's how you're going to get your royalties, whether it's from radio play or streaming or sales. That's how they keep track of everything. And if you're going to try and get some publishing or licensing, synchronization deal, they're the ones that keep tabs on all that stuff. So you want to make sure you sign up with them. I have friends that are on ASCAP, and I have a few that are on CSAC. CSAC's a little bit more, I don't want to call them the dark horse or the black sheep. They're just not as big as the other two. Most of my friends, most of my colleagues are BMI. They influenced me when it was my time to pick one. Do your research. Click on some of the links below. See which one vibes with you. That's what you got to do. Last thing I want to talk about is when you start putting yourself out there as an artist, as a band, be careful. Don't just say yes to anything and everything. If an opportunity is too good to be true, it probably is. And make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that share the same vision as you. You know, if you like somebody, but you're a rock guy and they want to turn you into a bluegrass act, you're not sharing the same vision. So try and make sure that the people you surround yourself with, that you have a common vision. And that's how you're going to elevate one another. And with other artists, be supportive. You know, it goes a long way to start establishing your own community and building your own bill so that when you go out to venues, you've done all the work. You're like, yeah, hey, we all play together all the time and we sound great. If you don't have a lot of live experience or you don't have quite the resume to show to a booking agent or a talent buyer, record yourself, take a video, send it over to them and say, here it is. You can even invite some friends over so that you have a live audience, and just make sure that you do some nice editing and make sure it looks and sounds good, and you'll be on your way. So those are just a few things that right off the bat I think can go a long way in making sure your craft and your branding yourself as an artist can get off on the right foot. So write a lot, practice not to the point of exhaustion, but when you know your limits, stop right there. Don't say yes to everything. Make sure you do your research. And speaking of research, click down below, look at the PROs, see which one vibes with you. And if you're a songwriter, absolutely sign up. And if you're interested in becoming a publisher, which I also recommend, but that's a talk for a different day, create your own publishing company there too. All right, guys, hope that helps. See you soon.